Hey guys, what's going on? It's Didier here. A couple quick things this afternoon. First of all, in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly why a massive, giant, supersized ego is not only a good thing, but it's absolutely critical to your success if you want to have any level of achievement in home-based business, as an entrepreneur, as an online marketer. If you're doing anything other than conforming to the 9-to-5 rat race and just going through the motions of life, you are going to need a giant ego. No matter what all the gurus say right now, it's very in vogue to say, check your ego at the door. There's no place for egos here. And I'm going to get into the explanation as to the differences between egos. But first and foremost, there is a very strange phenomenon going on in society today. In the US especially, a lot of parts of Europe, especially the very civilized societies in the world. And that is a complete and absolute wussification of the population. The society as a whole is not only grooming these incredibly small children from the time they are just entering school, just entering the processing of grade school and being brought up through, the 12th grade and then college. All of this is programming them from a very small age to accept mediocrity, to be comfortable with little or no achievement, and to conform to whatever society tells them they should do, to not think for themselves, to not be their own person, to not blaze their own trail. Everything is set up right now in society, from the government to the media to the school system itself, to groom a very, very compliant population. This is exactly the type of mindset that you need to get out of if you want to succeed in business. If you're in business for yourself, obviously you can't think like that. You have to learn to think logically, to think critically, to make decisions based on your observations, to make decisions based on what you have experienced instead of what is told to you. You can be able to learn from others, but pick apart what they're telling you so that you can actually get the real information. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of BS out there on the internet, on YouTube, all over the place, books, wherever. A lot of BS. And if you just follow it blindly, then you're not going to succeed in your chosen endeavor. So, that being said, I'm just irritated across the board at all of this. Awards for competing, awards for showing up. There's no awards in life for showing up. There's only awards for achieving. And what kind of message are we sending these children if we give them a medal for last place? We're telling them it's okay. So as they grow into adults, they're going to think that it's okay if they don't provide their family with the life that they could have, if they don't achieve what they could have achieved. You need to buck that trend. And I see it every day on the internet, I see it every day on TV, and it sickens me. But this all ties together with the ego portion I was talking about at the beginning of the video. Now, every single guru out there has become very in trend, kind of along with this politically correct way of thinking that have to be gentle, can't offend anybody. Having an ego is a good thing. Now let me quantify that before everybody gets their panties in a bunch. When I'm talking about having an ego, I'm talking about having a nice, big, healthy ego. One that is driven from within, one that seeks to achieve, and one that compares one's achievements to oneself. One that feeds on bringing other people up instead of holding them down. The selfish ego compares with everybody else. And if they're better than you and you have this big selfish ego, then you're going to be mad and it's going to burn, it's going to hurt. and you're going to seek ways to tear them down to build yourself up. That is not healthy, and that's what they're talking. When you come in to a business like online marketing or network marketing or even just your regular brick and mortar business as an entrepreneur, you have to have an ego, but it has to be a healthy ego. So when all these gurus and teachers and personal achievement guys, when they say leave your ego at the door, when they say there's no room for egos in this business, and when they say that you should just flat out let your ego go, that's really not a complete statement. Because yes, the selfish ego, the one that seeks to tear others down, that has to go. The selfish ego that thinks you know everything and are closing you down from learning new things or seeing different ways of doing what you're doing, that's bad, and that's going to cripple you. But that healthy ego, the one that drives you, the one that tells you, yes, I can get up every morning and I can blow the doors off this thing. I can achieve at a rate higher than I did yesterday. I can be better than a person than I was yesterday. I can be a better business person. I can be a better husband, a better wife, better father, better mother, better sister, better brother, better friend, better athlete, better business, whatever it is. That ego is healthy. That ego, when you look at somebody who's making less than you, you do not mock them. You feel that it's incumbent upon you to raise that person up with you. And that's very important. The selfish ego will seek ways to keep other people down, to give you that sense of superiority that comes from insecurity. That is not true ego. True ego, in the parameters about which I am speaking of it, is the one that if somebody suddenly becomes better than you or starts earning more than you, you celebrate their successes and you look to learn from them so that you can up your own game. So the next time that you hear somebody say, get rid of your ego completely, go ahead and remind them that ego, for lack of a better term, is good.